Hello everyone. This video series is called Pictures of the Past, and I actually haven't made one of them in a while, so for those of you who haven't seen it before, it's about old footage and clips in RuneScape that I've had saved from ages ago, and I just go through and talk over them and talk a bit about what RS was like in some ways. And so this one, the overarching theme is no-lifing, and it's in contrast to what I'm doing now because I'm in school and I don't really have as much time to get on RS as I used to. And so I thought I'd make this video and hope you guys enjoy it. So the first thing is when I was training agility. So the story behind this one is I took probably 1 to 2 weeks and I went on a trip with my family. So I was away from RuneScape. So when I got back, I really wanted to play and I decided to finish off agility. And I actually ended up, as you'll see, I have the numbers later, but I got quite a lot of agility experience really quickly. And I was mostly doing it at the Dorgesh Khan agility course, which was the best agility course at the time. They switched around the experience rates and added the advanced courses for Barbarian and Gnome Stronghold courses. So yeah, that was a little odd, but the experience rates were somewhere around 55 to 60k experience an hour. The max possible, I believe, was about 65k an hour if you didn't fail at all, which was only possible at levels in the high 90s, if I remember correctly. The Dorgesh concourse, for those of you who haven't done it before, you go around on these obstacles and it's in a big cave system, and if you fall down, you go onto the lower level of the caves and you have to run all the way back to the start and start over again. It takes quite a lot. And actually in that last little picture there was a bug. It only happened to me once, I remember, but I fell down from one of the obstacles and it put me inside a wall inside the Dorgesh Khan city for some reason. Not really sure what that was about, but yeah, it was quite a pain. You also didn't have the easy right-click option on the guy. You actually had to go through and talk through all the menus with him, and yeah, agility was a bit of a pain back then. I mean, I guess it hasn't even changed all that much, but yeah, that's about that. So yeah, and actually, when I was doing the Dorgesh concourse, I remember very clearly also that I'm pretty sure anyway, that this is the first time that I really got to know Zarfat, because he had a world, I believe it was world 65, I could be wrong on that, but a world set up for doing Dorgesh Khan agility, and he was there at the time, and we had, I don't know, it was probably only like 6 or 7 people who would be there at one time, but yeah, we had some, I don't know, but it was better than doing agility solo, I suppose, although I don't think people talked all that much while they were doing it. Anyway, so this next one is Thieving, and for Thieving I remember I did about 88 to 99 Thieving in 3 days, I believe, and that was all doing the Pyramid Plunder, of course. That was, I mean, it's pretty much still the best way. There are a couple options, but it was good. And so this I actually didn't realize I had saved. It's my 99 party for Thieving, but the reason I didn't realize I had it saved is because the folder had a really small size. This video file, it's 1.5 minutes long and it's like 1.2 megabytes for the entire thing. Just lower quality back then and a smaller resolution, I guess. But I was surprised when I dragged in the images from the folder to my Sony Vegas for editing and found that there was actually a video in it. But yeah, that's sort of cool, the 99 party there. And so yeah, I guess I had more 99 parties back then, well, clearly before I maxed, because when I maxed, or after I maxed, I clearly did not have any more 99 parties. But yeah, that was sort of cool. So yeah, I don't know. What else is there? Oh yeah, the set that I'm wearing. I remember wearing that set quite a bit. Aram's top and bottom Slayer cape with a Dragonfire shield, a whip, and a white 5-feather chompy hat. I don't think I'd unlocked the gold chompy hat at that point. Or probably not anyway. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And okay, so I got the level 99 there, just thieving from the guy, that's fine. But what's sort of cool here is the games necklace. It actually only had 2 teleports back then, which is insane. It has like 7 or 8 now or something ridiculous. And it also actually teleported you to the Birth Orbs game room, which is what it's named for. Now it doesn't anymore. I cut that clip there, so it teleported, or so it teleported me, and then I cut it to where I was buying the cape. But yeah, anyway, so that's it for Thieving. This next one is really the most no-life thing that I probably ever did, but most concentrated one. I mean, I guess like getting whatever Castle Wars number, or whatever number of Castle Wars games I'm at now, would be the most no life thing in general. But the most concentrated no life thing that I ever did, I'd say, was a 30-hour stint at training defense. And I was doing this for what was the previous version of Rune Tracker, pretty much. It was called Rune Monkey. And I don't know how many of you guys use this or remember it. It definitely isn't as big as Rune Tracker is now. But what you do, it was linked in with IRC, so you'd have to check your stats on IRC, and then it would start a timer, sort of. So if you checked your stats again within the next 24 hours, it would put you on the high scores for the 24 hours thing. I don't know, there was some weird stuff with it, and it wouldn't always work, which was really annoying if you did a 24-hour thing and it didn't work. But anyway, so I was doing it for defense, and the way I was doing it was training on the skeletons in the chaos tunnels. And so luckily I actually took a picture of my gear, which is quite cool. So just normal potions, including super defense, which no one uses anymore. I mean, yeah, they're completely useless. I had just some normal defense gear, and then I had Guthans to heal, so definitely before Soul Split, and a Dragon two-hand sword for the spec, and also Iron Titan scrolls, because Iron Titans train defense. So yeah, that was, I mean, pretty much the best gear at the time, I'd say. I can't think of anything that would have been better. So anyway, and with that gear, I should also mention that it also goes along with one of the worst losses I've ever had, and that was because I actually fell asleep briefly while killing them in there. And this was, I believe it was before gravestones, or maybe I just didn't get back in time for mine, but I know I lost like everything that I had there pretty much. I kept the DFS, I think. What would it have been? I think I would have kept the DFS and then the Guthans top and bottom. Back then, items kept on death, it was based on the ALC value rather than the GE price, which didn't really make any sense, but that's how it was. But yeah, I remember I lost about 43 mil worth of gear or something like that, and the fire cape, which was also significantly more difficult to get back. So yeah, biggest loss there. And so I ended up getting over 3 mil experience in that 30-hour period. I can't recall if I mentioned this, or I don't think I did, but it's a 24-hour period, but with a 6-hour autolog, you could do 6 hours, check your experience right before you got 6-hour logged, and then check it a little bit under 24 hours later, and it would count the 6 hours beforehand because you hadn't logged out. So yeah, that was how that worked. And yeah, so that's really it for this video, just a bit of no-lifing and some old school RuneScape. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and please give it a thumbs up if you did. It'll encourage me to make more of these more often. I wouldn't mind getting back into them. They're sort of fun to remember about all these things. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed.